out of the car.
Mm-hmm.
And he said no or whatever. But before he put my car on the thing, I just got in the car and I drove off because I needed to the children's seats and a few more things out of the car. Now this wasn't a police tow truck, so the tow truck driver like he tried to chase me and he crashed. He actually crashed into my car, like he backed into my car and he tried to knock my car to the side of the road or whatever.
Well, hold on. Let me back up. So let's go to the beginning of this incident. You come out to your car and a tow truck driver is trying to put it on or load it up, right?
Yeah.
All right. And you tell him that you need to get some things out of the car, and he's not being reasonable.
Yes.
Okay. And at some point, you then got in your car and drove away, correct?
Yes.
And he chased you and actually struck your car with his vehicle?
Yes.
Okay, now let me back up. When you first got in your car to drive away, did you threaten him? Did you do anything that would be considered criminal in terms of the way that you left the scene?
No.
Okay, all right. So now tell me about what happened from the point that the tow truck driver hits your car and you guys are now in the middle of an altercation. Walk me through it from there.
Okay. He hit my car, then he crashed me again, and he crashed up the driver's side door. So me, knowing myself, I just didn't stop driving. I just kept driving. I'm like, let me just get away from this guy before I get out, and we actually have a fight. So next thing I know, I'm like drove onto the highway, and I pulled over to the side just to look at my car, and then two cop cars came up behind me, and they arrested me or whatever. And I explained to them, I was trying to explain to them that the tow truck guy had crashed into my car, that he never had it on the thing, and that, and I tried to explain like the whole story, and they arrested me. They had me in there for like a whole day, like from 10 o'clock to like 8 o'clock at night. And I was asking, could I go to the hospital because, my neck and my back was like really hurting. Because the guy, when he crashed into the driver's side door, it like really like almost knocked me into the passenger side. And also, he had bent the rim on my car, like, so, my car is like jacked up, and I'm like, I need an accident report. And what they arrested me for was criminal mischief and unauthorized use of my vehicle. And they would not hear my story. They would not let me go to the hospital. And while they had me there, they made my wife pay like $100 bail to get out of the precinct.
Mm-hmm. Did the damage to your car? What kind of car did you have, and how much was the damage that was done to it?
It's a 2001 Dodge Durango. They ended up taking the car. They took the car, impounded it, and every time I call for it now, they're saying that it's on an investigation hold.
So now you can't get your car back no matter what. Are they still charging you? Are they still charging you fees?
They said no fees would be charged, but they're saying that I can't get my car back until I go to court, which is in November.
And the same tow truck, the same tow company that you got into a battle with, are they the ones that actually have your car now?
No, it was impounded by police.
Okay. Now, you haven't been to court on this yet, is that right?
No.
Okay. When's your first court appearance?
I know it's in November. It's on the paper here.
Okay, but it's sometime in November.
Yes.
Okay. And did you ever get those injuries looked into in terms of, what happened to you during the accident?
Yes, I've been to the hospital. I have a sciatic nerve problem and bulging disc.
Okay. Now, this guy who hit your car, did the police ever take information from him, get his name, do a full investigation of the other driver?
No, they haven't. He actually called them, and they took it like his side of the story.
As if that was all that there was.
I'm sorry?
I said they took his side as if there wasn't any other side to the story?
Yes, like he never crashed to me, like nothing ever happened.
Okay. All right.
I asked for an accident report just for, insurance purposes. They said, we're not going to do one. There was no accident. You just drove. He said that he had my car and I drove off the thing And then I crashed into him with my driver's side door, which someone would never do. I could see if I crashed into him with the front of my car, but no one would ever crash somebody with the front, with the driver's side door. That's like impossible.
Right. It doesn't make any sense. I got it. I got it. Okay. What was the name of the police department that you had the run-in with?
Okay, this is Suffolk County. I think it's First Precint.
Okay. And do you remember the names of the officers who were involved in the incident?
Oh, hold on. It might be on the paper. I don't remember the guy's name though.
Okay. All right. Well, I think I have enough information now to file your complaint. Let me briefly tell you what we're going to do. We are going to contact the police department. We will provide them with a statement from your complaint form as well as the recorded statement from our conversation today. I will find out what the policies are that we think they violated before we contact them, and we will include them in your complaint. You probably have them already listed, but we're going to have a specialist take a look at it and make sure that you've got the right charges. And
Okay.
the officers involved, did they say anything to you that was derogatory, or did they do anything beyond what they did in terms of not listening to you?
Well, what he told me was if he took me to the hospital, I would have to stay in jail for 3 days. He was going to take me to Riverhead Jail or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, shut the F up, we'll leave you there. Basically that's, and I'm just like trying to explain to him, my back and my neck is killing me in my head. And I still have a headache, like right now. My head is like sore to the touch.
So the officer told you to shut the F up?
Yes.
Okay, say the exact words that he said, and if you can recall which officer told you that.
Well, I don't usually curse, but yeah, I'll just go ahead and say it. I'm a Christian. I don't.
Okay, well, I understand. I understand.
Okay.
But if you go to court, you're going to have to say it anyway. I got the picture.
Okay.
That's good enough. Okay. All right. Well, you don't have to use the words, but he actually said that to you.
Yes.
Okay. And can you recall which officer it was?
No, this was the second officer. He took over from the first officer. Well, he was probably like in charge, like one of the head guys, because he took over for the guys that were there in the morning. This is like right after they switched shifts.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'm going to stop the interview.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to stop the interview there.